This is January 29th, 1986. This is Joe, Todd, and Gene Miller, and interview with Mr. Ed Elephant in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Okay. Sir, where were you born?
June 10th, 1920.
June 10th, 1920.
Shawnee, Oklahoma.
Born in Shawnee. Okay. And who is your father?
That goes two names, Henry Elephant or Harry Elephant.
And your mother?
Her name was Annie Washington. Her maiden name was.
And where were they from, your parents?
Dad is on this Shawnee Road, see. And my mother in Seminole, she's on the Seminole Road, her. With half Shawnee. She got a little creek in her. I found that out.
And your father is he Shawnee?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's full blood, as far as I know.
Yeah, and you're enrolled at Shawnee?
Yeah.
Okay. What kind of work does your father do?
Farmer.
Farmer? As a small boy, what chores did you do in the farm?
Well, I had to do the plowing. Well, he got sick on me. And the way I got it, he had 20 acres out there from southeast Shawnee here, and my aunt raised me up.
When you did the plowing, how many acres did you plow in one day?
It was quite a bit, because you had daylight till dark.
You had horses or mules?
Had mules.
Mules?
Mm-hmm.
Did they work better than horses?
Yeah.
Why? Just
Well, a little while, all right, but they'll do the work.
Okay, did you take care of all the wagons on the farm?
Yeah. He got sick on me.
Yeah. What did he get sick? What
I don't know. They sent him to Lawton Hospital in Lawton, and they had something wrong in there, and they did in bed, and he told me what to do.
Yeah. On the wagons, what maintenance you have to pull on the wagons to keep the wagons going?
What you mean by that?
What maintenance, what work you have to do in the wagons?
Cotton to town, bale of cotton,
Yeah.
and gathered corn in the wagon.
How many
Huh?
pounds of cotton did you pick in one day?
Well, it's according how it, you know, the growth of it. You know, it varies according how good it is. And it run 200, I picked from 250 pounds to 300. Now that's daylight till dark.
Yeah.
And then sometime they start pulling it, it's around 600 to 700. That's what I've done. With a 14-foot sack. On the way it up, it'll weigh around 70 pounds. That's what I pull.
Yeah.
I mean, after you weigh it on the scale and put it in the wagon.
Where was the gin?
We had three of them in here, in Shawnee here.
Who ran the gins here in town?
I don't remember them. They had three cutting gin here in town. One of them's still idling. I mean, it just no 10 building there in Shawnee.
Tell me about greasing the axles on the wagon. How'd you do that?
On the wagon?
Yeah.
He jacked it up somewhere and greased them all the time.
What kind of grease did you use?
Well, I call it axle grease. This is stiff grease. He still got it now.
Yeah. Besides greasing the axles, what else did you do on the wagons?
Well, it seemed like they had one of them wheels. You know, wooden spokes, and they pull off that rim. Seemed like they had to soak that wheel in that water. It's like a wood axe. If you know what a wood axe is, you'll dry out on you and it'll fall off and throw it in the water. And that'll swell that wood up.
Yeah, it keeps the
Tighten
tire
it up.
Yeah, it keeps the tire on there.
Yeah.
Okay. What clan are you a member of in the Shawnee?
I don't know that.
Okay. Or did the Shawnees have clans?
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
But my mother has Seminole clan.
What
I
clan
know
is
what she belonged. It's for Fussy Band. They call it after started there. If I had that Shawnee Seminole bylaws, but
she? Mm-hmm.
I know what band they belong to down there.
Did you know your grandparents?
Never see them.
Mm-hmm. Did your mother ever talk about any of the old stories about the Trail of Tears for the Seminoles?
No, I'll tell you like this. She, I was born on that place, log cabin, and it burned, I guess it burned, I don't remember, but I was 6 months old, and my mother had to go to Norman, insane, went off. See?
Mm-hmm.
And it went off, so I was 6 months old, and that's what Dad done.
Mm-hmm.
She sent me down there to my mother's kinfolks. They kept me down there. I don't know how they was raising me when I was 6 months old. Well, my dad come and got me and took to his sister there were south his son about 12 miles. Was she? Just her and her brother when they lost their parents. Well, they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
But she raised us up.
Where did she live?
My aunt,
Yeah.
she had no man.
Mm-hmm. Did she live here in Shawnee?
No, it's on big. She had 8 acres allotment out there in southeast Shawnee, and it's
Mm-hmm.
they call it White Turkey Man. That's why the white turkeys named it. That's what
When did the Shawnees allot their land?
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm. Do the Shawnees still practice any of the old traditions?
Yeah. Just little not little, that's little young man there.
What do they practice? What traditions do they still follow?
Well, they do it every August and in October every year.
What ceremony?
Beside the stump dance.
Yeah. What ceremony is that?
Huh?
What ceremony do they do in August? And you say
It's a war dance.
A war dance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a war dance. It's a ceremony that Shawnee's had a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Now the white turkey, they dropped theirs. I don't know what went on. I had my uncle was half uncle, and I said to be a dad half brother.
Mm-hmm.
There's all Shawnee, but he was out Sherman, but he talked that Shawnee, but they used to have it was called a stump dance out there. When I was only a kid, about 7 years old, I remember.
Mm-hmm. Why do they have the war dance in August?
It's a ceremony for the tribe.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a ceremony just like any other tribe. They have that ceremony.
What do they do in the ceremony?
Well, they make that. They go out. They make that fried bear and have a big eat.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me for just 1 second.
I've heard about the bread dance.
Yeah, that comes in October.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Is that just once a year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They go out there and kill them squirrel. They're gone 3 days. You know, and they stay out there all night.
And they go out and they kill squirrels for 3 days.
Yeah.
Then they have the bread dance.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They hunt the squirrels with sticks, don't they?
Huh?
They hunt the squirrels with sticks.
Oh, they got the gun.
Oh, they do have? For some reason I thought
Well, they might have used bow and arrow 100 years ago, but they don't do it now.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They bring those squirrels in the morning by daylight, and the women have to get them and cook them, and feed everybody around there what comes.
What do they serve besides squirrel and bread?
Corn.
Corn.
dried corn.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Did your mother use any of the Indian medicines, home remedies?
Well, I heard her did. It's down that way. But on the five civilized tribe, they're dead down there.
Yeah.
See?
Did she go down there?
Well, like I say, I was 6 months old and she had to go to the army, so she wouldn't know nothing.
Yeah. Right. What about your aunt? Did she?
Well, she's on the Shawnee road.
Mm-hmm. But did she may use any home remedies or any medicines?
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it did. Dad did it. That he, they cut this cottonwood and boil it. Said it was just something to remedy. That he'd cut that cottonwood and boil it for something.
And they make a tea out of it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. What was that good for?
Well, it's killing the germs out of your stomach before you was sick or hurting.
Was it just, did they boil the bark or
No, they would.
the wood? Mm-hmm. Any other medicines that he used, your father, that you know of?
No, they use this heating rock. You know what I mean? They put it on your feet. Big rock. Keep your foot warm when you're sick or something. See?
Mm-hmm.
I seen that when I was only about 7 years old.
They kept the feet warm when they were sick. Mm-hmm.
They heat that rock, the big one, on the stove, and get that warm and put it on your feet.
Have you heard any of the old stories or legends of the Shawnee?
Yeah. Yeah. And just like I said, them Shawnees had a Kansas, I think it's Mission Kansas they call it. Now I had a white friend told me, he said, well, you used to come to, you might know him, Oklahoma City, he's gone, he died about 2 years, I should have got that from him. That he researched on the Indians every tribe. He ran that, he was a big wheel up at Lake in Oklahoma City, those softballs. Every year, and them girls, I had my kid going up there, and he got acquainted, he'd come to my house.
What was his name?
He was named Will T. Nelson.
Oh, okay.
You know him?
Yeah, I knew him.
Well, he's come to my house, he told me that he was doing research on Indians, and he said he found out Shawnee was first printed. He said, you didn't know that, did you? I should have got it when he, when he was living.
Mm-hmm.
He lived by himself in the city.
Mm-hmm.
And he was again this alcoholic. This is that little Jim great grandson.
Mm-hmm. Jim Little.
Some of them Shawnee, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Jim over Jim. I like Jim. A good man.
Yeah.
Where is, oh yeah, here he is. Where he struck oil.
Huh?
I hear he struck oil.
Then I might never did.
Mm-hmm.
You want that picture?
Love to have it.
Oh, this is him, this one, Aleutian Nelson one.
Mm-hmm.
See, my kids all quit playing, I started raising a family.
Right.
I sent them all to college.
Good for you.
I don't have to worry about them.
Right. Where is Ed now? Ed Jr.
He's in town
Is he? He's married now?
about 2 times.
Oh, good time. Oh, okay. He certainly is, then, isn't he?
What other stories have you heard about the Shawnee?
Huh?
What other stories have you heard about the Shawnee? Any of the old legends?
Not really.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. When did you start the school?
Well, I started when I was about 7, but the Rock Creek School is a white man's school. And my dad is having a hard time. He kept me out of school. They helped him on his farm. I just got 6th grade, that's good.
Mm-hmm. Well, all 6 years in that Rock Creek school?
It's not a Rock Creek.
Mm-hmm.
We was raised over in the second top country. They called it dead. Some old man had the money, and we had to stay around there. My dad have a house to stay in, an old shack. He worked for that old man too.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess the government paid him off sometime in 29. He went out there at his home place out there, built a house out there.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed there.
I was going to ask, why the names Big Jim and Little Jim?
I don't know about that.
Mm-hmm.
Now we went, they claimed my Shawnee, when they left, this white guy told me that Shawnee walked off Mission in Kansas, that they walked off 200 acres with the government, and they had their first printing machine up there in Kansas.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's what he told me,
Yeah.
that he'd researched on it. He said, "You didn't know that, did you?" I said, "No." He said, when they was pushing them back from Ohio, they went to Mission, Kansas. And they said they left that 200 acres, a lot of them took off. Then they said that, I don't know, Little Jim Band, it was all, must have been all together, I guess. They split when they got back here. They went to Austin, Texas, state capital. They said we had a claim against them, but we never did, Sherman never did work, what happened to it. And then come back this way, all right, come back there. I guess the government made a settlement in some way, give them all his allotment.
Mm-hmm.
See, they give him an allotment, all right, that's what my dad got, allotment.
Mm-hmm. What did you do in the 1920s and 1930s?
Well, I helped him till he passed away on that farm.
Mm-hmm. Did you work the farm in the Depression?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah. How did the Depression affect you and your family?
Put a wrap.
Mm-hmm.
We had to live on a rabbit, squirrel, not even eat a skunk, not eat possum.
Possum's good eating.
Well,
I've eaten possum.
did you?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Used to eat coon, possum.
yeah. That's what we had to live on.
Yeah.
And my dad was a trapper. He done that. Skin them hides. He had a little shack shed out there, and I had to go with him every night and hunt. It's the worst thing I had to do. I said, hunting midnight, and you had some good dog, and get all them possums and skin them and spread them on a deal board. But couldn't hide big he is, about long that, and hang them up for 30 days till they're cured out, and then you stick them up here at town and sell them. And you got 10 cents piece. Skunks and
For each pound, you got 10 cents?
yeah, they had a deal, fur deal down here.
Mm-hmm. Who was in charge of that fur deal?
I don't know where it's at. It's gone, but I don't know who had it, because I just little kid had to go with him and sell them, 10 cents a piece.
What did you do in World War II?
In 1943,
Mm-hmm.
I got the papers. I done recorded in the courthouse, but people said, "Well, you didn't go across that water 2 times." We get in a little argument about that. I said, "Well, I don't care what y'all say. I got hurt over there. I said, you couldn't make it across that water in 2 times, not from 43 to 45. I said, I did. And these are the medals I've got. Can you read
Which
them?
theater were you in?
Yeah.
Both of them.
Both of them. Oh, you were all over.
Mountain infantry. Did you go up into Italy?
Yep. It says out there and what
Yeah.
all the medals I
11
got.
months in Europe. Asia Pacific Theater.
Got all the medals and stars.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Heart.
What unit were you a member of?
And I had my infantry not in 10th Mountain Infantry.
Yeah.
Battalion 87th.
What division?
10th Mountain.
10th Mountain.
Yeah.
What was it like in the mountains in Italy?
It's rough.
What'd you do over there?
Well, there's a BR gunner, what I was.
Mhm.
But you know what we had to do? We had to fight for this country.
Did you learn to ski, Mr. Elephant?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I was a ski trooper. That's what this
Yeah.
ski trooper.
Did you go through the Vosges Mountains?
Huh?
Did you go through the Vosges Mountains?
I don't think so. I got on the tail end of it.
Yeah.
Way when they got way on from Naples, they wanted, we was on the tail end, we got on the end. I was like in 2 weeks I'd have had to made it.
Yeah.
And got hurt.
Where'd you get hurt?
April 1915, I believe, just about before Roosevelt died, our president. But
What
he
happened?
died. Huh?
What happened?
Well, we was sitting on the front line. The commander told us, said, we sat there a while. Said, we're not going to stop in this time. Well, when Roosevelt died, them guys went to clap and said, well, the war's over. Just stop. Well, we was sitting on the front line, just sitting there. Well, I got word of Captain, Colonel. No, we're gonna keep it going. We're not stopping this time. We're gonna go. Well, get ready. Well, I got hurt and went on down there and we had to break their line then again.
Were you still in Italy then?
Yeah, we was breaking their line, like they call them. You know, they were sitting in that, Germans were sitting in that dugout in the building where they had it in the fighter plane they had in it to really straighten it.
What part of Italy were you in?
Northern Italy, as far as I
Northern
know.
Italy?
I'd look on a map.
When did you cross into Germany, or did you cross into Germany?
No. Just stayed in that Italy.
I'm afraid you'll miss his lunch.
Yeah. Okay, let's go
I don't mean
ahead.
to be rude, Joe, but
Yeah.
will you finish this afternoon, Mr.?
Yeah.
Okay. Mr. Oak, when did you first join the Army?
Well, it said on that discharge, 1943 though.
And did you join here at Shawnee?
Yeah, by request.
By request. You were drafted. You were requested. Where'd you go to basic?
Went to Fort Sill and they sent me, the war was hot, put it that way. I got to get these men where they like it or not. War was getting hot. They wanted Camp Hale, Colorado. I didn't get to my training.
Camp Hale.
I didn't.
Where's
Yeah,
Camp
it's
Hale?
up in the mountains, Colorado. Way up there, 10,000 feet, or
Oh,
11,000
that's the
feet.
mountain training.
Yeah.
Well, did you volunteer for the mountain service, or they just put you
No,
in
they
that?
put me in. The way I done it, because like in depression, when I lost my parents, I had to go to CC camp then. See? Stayed 2 hitches in there because I didn't have no home to come to.
Where'd you, did they have any training for the CCC camp?
They learned us how to work, put it that way.
Yeah. Where'd you go in the CCC camp?
Went to Colorado 2 times, 3 times.
Which camps?
Camp Hill, Monroe's, Colorado, 2 times. They had 2 of them there, and then there's Rockville, Colorado. That's way back up in there, in that area.
You ever go around Estes Park?
No.
Okay, that's where my father was in CCC camp at Estes Park.
Well, I heard of it.
Yeah. What'd you do in the CCC camp? What your main duties?
Well, they learned us how to run the machinery. They made us build a road up that mountain for them cattlemen, the sheep herders.
What mountain is that?
It's not a mountain, it's just a big road to get up at top there somewhere. I guess some ranchers got them sheep trying to get them up there to graze.
What part of Colorado is that?
Well, I'd have to look on a map up there. You know, they call it Leadville.
Okay, I know where Leadville is.
All right,
Yeah.
it's in that area.
Okay. So.
That's in the army there, but that down there at Monroe, I don't know what that is. They call it Grand Mason, wasn't too far, you could see it.
Is that Montrose?
Monroe, they call
Yeah,
it.
okay. Yeah, I know
And
that.
Grand Mesa, you could see it. They said that's Grand Mesa up there.
Okay.
It's an apple country and a sugar beet country, I know that.
So what kind of training did you have for mountain service?
Well, we had, when at Camp Hill, when we got off that train, snow was 4 foot deep. They had our bags, took us on up our bags. That's when they started putting us on them skis. Oklahoma, Texas, and Arkansas. I don't know why they done it, but all them people, that's instructors from back east, New York and around Wisconsin.
Did you have white uniforms? Or?
Yeah, we had them.
What kind of equipment did you carry on the skis?
When we had to go up in a mountain, we had to carry 80-pound pack. And we had to do it, or else we had to go up there and pull them nerves about 3 weeks, stay up there. Me and my buddy had little pup tents, all right. When they put them maneuvers, no fire, no nothing. Don't tough it.
How'd you stay warm?
Well, we had these clothes on in the way. A lot of people don't believe that, but it's fine.
How long was that mountain training?
Well, we took it all the way through till they sent us across the waters.
Okay, when did you go across?
Well, a discharge said that. It went across in, she went in 43. I got on one in 43 and one across in 43.
What month? Do you remember?
The discharge said that. Like I said, I didn't get no training. You know what I mean? The war was getting hot, I tell you.
Yeah.
Can I Xerox that?
What?
Can I Xerox that, please, for the archive?
Yeah, could I get a copy of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You want this, or you want this other?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, you can get a copy.
Yeah,
Let us have
okay.
both of them.
Yeah.
I'll bring them right back to you.
Make me a couple of them.
Okay,
Okay.
sure
I
will.
appreciate it.
Either way.
So when you went overseas, where'd you first land?
Naples?
Naples.
Yeah.
Were you there when the volcano erupted?
Hmm?
Were you there when that volcano erupted at Naples?
Mm-mm.
Okay, because it erupted in 44.
Sometimes in there, I heard that.
Yeah.
I know when I got over there was a lot of ships that done took it. I think the 45th Division was over and took it. I don't know how many else, and they sent them on toward Germany somewhere and left through there. The rest of them fighting on going toward Italy.
How long were you at Naples?
Wasn't that long. Just about about a week before they decided where they're going to take it. And then we had to get on the Titan ship, go up the coast, Pisa, they call it. We got off there and bivouacked there. Decided where they're going to take us. We went on up through them, got on them trucks, rode through them hills.
And when you left Naples, where'd you say you landed again?
Pisa,
Oh, Pisa, okay.
it's on the coast.
Yeah, okay. You up and see the tower they have there? That Leaning Tower?
No, not really. I was young, couldn't understand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what was going on.
Yeah. So from Pisa, where'd you go?
Well, we got on them truck. It took us right on up toward where the fighting was. See?
What were your reactions when you first were going into combat in Italy? What were you thinking?
It's a hard decision.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of shook a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The first when it first took us up there, said we got night. Show us right on up there, and the German done found out that we was coming in there. I don't know how they got the word that mountain infantry's coming in here, and took us up there and got us in them little village. We I said they come in there about 2 o'clock.
Yep.
They're trying to catch us asleep.
Mm-hmm. Did
We
they
have to
catch
go
you
up
asleep?
there. No. Well, they come sneaking in, and they had them light flares. I was inside the building, and them other guys up in their whole barn, old shack barn. And we had some on the road, the little trail has come up through there. I guess it's try to sneak up through there.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't make it. We had a guy was sitting down there in the dark, see? They didn't know where we was at. They know we was there, but they were wet. Well, they throwed them flares up. You could see them. Well, they went to firing it. Well, they found out they didn't make it. They're trying us out, they said, because we was green. We wouldn't know nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah. That's our first deal, you know what I mean? Had to meet the enemy. Well, this one got caught, this German. When our man shot him in the hip, he was a hollering. He had to holler there all night till daylight come, before they arrested, you know, got him in the hospital. He was hollering for help, this German. You know what I mean? They just let him lay there. Next morning, they got him.
Did you all go get him or the Germans?
No, them other, our sergeant done all that. See, first sergeant, you know, them come, they took him to hospital, they got him in there, and the intelligence officer, you know, our intelligence officer questioned him.
Mm-hmm.
And he told him, said, yeah, said, we y'all know what's coming in here. There's some new troops coming in here. That I don't know how his commander told him that. But he told our intelligence that we knew we was coming in there, we was new. That they thought they could bluff us.
Mm-hmm.
But they didn't bluff us, they took off. They run back then.
And when was this? What time of year?
Well, it's in, that's in 45.
45? What? The
It
winter
says
time?
on that 45 mile room. Just look like we got over in 45 on that.
Mm-hmm. How long after that?
Because I didn't stay very long. See, I stayed over about 5 months and I got hurt. And I stayed in the hospital a year.
What, did you get wounded or what?
Yeah.
What happened?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you get wounded?
April something. Well, real well down in April of 45.
Mm-hmm.
14 or 16th, I believe. Wasn't long after he died, I left and we're going to make, like I said, we're going to make another push. We're not stopping.
And what happened?
Well, I got hurt there.
Okay. What happened?
And I had that, I was BR gun and I had an ammunition carrier. We got behind them tanks. It was in infantry, see?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's where the shrapnel, they were shooting them 80s, that tank, and it exploded. It got me and my 2 buddies, killed them.
Where'd you get hurt?
And,
Where'd you get hurt?
Stomach, and this blew off.
Mm-hmm.
Down my leg, it's shrapnel.
Mm-hmm.
And then brought me back down to Naples to the hospital, and then put me on a hospital ship. Brought me back to El Paso, Texas. I stayed in there a year. Well, I got out there in 46 when I got out. Year after war.
Mm-hmm. Now, when did you go to the Pacific Theater?
It's 43, I believe, isn't it? Is that what that said?
Mm-hmm. Okay, where'd you go there? What'd you do?
Went to Act 2. Went to Aleutian Islands.
Up in Alaska.
Well, that's on the edge. It's on Anchorage.
Yeah. What'd you do up in the Aleutian Islands? What'd you do up there?
Well, we made a dry run there.
What do you mean dry run?
Well, on Act 2, if you look on the map, there's Act 2, that's when they first hit the Japanese hit this country. I mean, not that. They took that little Act 2, them islands on there.
Mm-hmm.
Act 2, that's where they start really getting close to the United States.
The Aleutians.
Mm-hmm. This Act 2, they when they had a big battle, and the American boys lost their feet, froze, but they ran them off. They still had that island yet.
Okay, were you in the liberation of the Aleutians?
Huh?
Did you go in and help get the Japanese out of the Aleutians?
Yeah. But see, when we went over there, they had us over there. They call it ADAC. If you ever had the map, I could show you where we went there. And they told us, said, well, the Japanese 10,000 still in there. They got in that they called it Kiss Island, what they called it. It's an island. And they said, we're going to take that. There's supposed to be 10,000 Jap. Now 50% of y'all not coming back. When we went on that ship, they got us out on that water. They had the big map, just like sitting in here, big old like this, with a picture drawn of it. Said, we got 100,000 troops. We got the navies watching them now, see if they don't get away. If they don't surrender. And they said, well, Navy and well, they had a whole bunch of infantry dealers strung around it. Said, we're going to go around that island, we're going to get them. I said, 50% not coming. But some of these boys jumped that ship. They ain't going to do it. They did. They ain't going to go it when they told them 50% on coming back. And I said, well, I ought to take that chance, because I didn't have no family. Some of them did, I didn't. Well, I'll take that chance. Go to where Navy done LST, what you call them,
Yeah.
load you up, you told us you hit it, we hit it. Once we had barbed wire, I wasn't so damn, well, I ain't cussing, but didn't care of them, believe it or not. The grass is tender. Turned around what you call it, can walk, and we loaded down with ammunition and on your pack. Well, we kept it going through there, and we said we went through them mines. I guess it's wet weather, they didn't go off. You know what? You heard of foot mines blow up. Well, we got through it. They said, we're going to take that, our company's going to take this peak up here. We got up there where it's supposed to be. They had dug out, it's like rats. You couldn't tell where they at. Well, we got up there. You scared it then. That old rain and everything else, and couldn't see nothing. You do it the biggest part of the day, you can't see nowhere but old fog.
Where were the Japanese?
Yeah, it's gone. They got away.
How'd they get away without the Navy knowing?
They said they must have got that, what they call them, I'm sure, submarines. Slipped out of there during the night again. I'm glad of that, but thank the good Lord. But the neighbor let him get away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He slipped away from the neighbor. The neighbor's supposed to have been watching it.
What island was that on?
It's Kiska.
Kiska?
Uh-huh.
And then from there you were sent to the,
Well, we stayed there about 6 months.
Mhm.
It's getting toward the winter. They said we're going to have to get out of there. If we can't, them ships can't get in that ice. Freeze up.
I think I stayed there.
Huh?
I think I'd have stayed there.
Do what?
I think I'd have stayed there.
Well, we didn't know where we was going, but anyway, way in the night or where we started some shooting. They give them prison said because we done took up deal and nothing there. Yeah, but I'll be alert.
Mhm.
We don't know yet about this where they at. Well, there's the biggest shooting going on there. When I saw that, I could hear them shooting. Boy, they would have gone away. I said, there they are. They're in their summer. Well, next morning, you know, and found out it was 2 comers fought themselves. Killed a bunch of our men, own men, before they could find it and stop it. It's foggy, you know, you couldn't see who you find at. One shot got that thing started there right in among them men. We lost a lot of men on our own people. Well, we everything next day, everything secured that island. There's nothing, no Japs or nothing. They had their little landing base. They tried to build that up, and they couldn't make that because the Navy bombed it every time they tried to get it going where they'd get their planes going.
Mhm.
They never couldn't make it. They tried to build it all right, but they couldn't make it. Well, we stayed there about 5 months, I guess it was. It was getting winter. And I said, well, we don't know where it's going. We thought we were going South Pacific. They made that change. Brought us back to the United States. Back same place, Camp Hale, Colorado. And then they took us back down to Camp Swift in the summer down and took a year's training. And they hit us, took us back there. That way, yeah.
To Europe.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they've done. They had me over there as a sniper, because I was an Indian, a scout. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They used Indians for their scouts at the time.
Tell me some of your experiences as a scout over there. What did you do as a scout?
The way you're supposed to have a good eye, try to check them out where them Germans at.
Mm-hmm.
But I never did run into that. They took me off of it for some reason. I had that baker and trying to sneak way ahead of the company where they at. And you better hit the ground then when they start firing.
Mm-hmm. You've heard the code talkers, haven't you?
Huh?
The code talkers?
Yeah.
I think they were mainly the Navajo.
Yeah, they had them there that time. Yeah, they had them. Germans couldn't pick that up though.
Mm-hmm. You know Andy Harjo?
I heard of her, George.
Yeah, he lived in Seminole. He spoke Seminole on the radio in Italy.
Yeah.
He and a Macintosh in Tulsa.
Mm-hmm.
And, so you got wounded up in the mountains and then went back to San Antonio, or no, El Paso. El Paso.
Yeah. That's where I got
Beaumont.
my discharge.
Yeah. So what did you do after the Army?
Well, went and draw that $52 a week. You know, they give us that. I wouldn't say much anyway, you know. I think it's 52 a week for a year or not. 6 months I got tired of that, fooling around, drinking beer and this and that. Put it that way, you know. Just saying I didn't care. Well, I said, no, I had a girlfriend. I better be getting before I get in trouble. If they do something, I just got married then. I went to work, yeah. Got me a job. I fooled around, 2-3 jobs in Oklahoma City. Then I went to VA hospital because they were supposed to take care of me, and they got me a job with them. I worked there for years. And then I went to Tinker Field, transferred out there for more money, and I stayed there Well, all I get is 35 years. You know what I mean? 79 when I retired. And I retired as a painter. When I quit in 79, well, I worked over here. When I know what I was going to do when I quit. I was going to get that Social Security pay if I had some already. I picked up 2 more government jobs. I'm going to get that Social Security paid up right else, because I was just young yet. I mean, I didn't get it paid up. I worked for this Shawnee and housing. I guess I worked a year and a half. Then got laid off. That same day I got laid off, that the director got caught. You know him. You heard of it. Edwards.
Ah, yes.
All right. He was my boss. He fired me. He laid me off for no reason. For it was my tribe's deal. I'm on the road and he laid me off. Well, he didn't hurt me because I'm already retired anyway. I'm just waiting for that Social Security. I told him that. He told me he said, had to let me go. He said, Reagan ran out of money. If you don't mind. I said, that's all right with me. Now I've got to file suit again. But I had the same authority. I didn't do it, but I said, well, I'll just go draw that employment ask. That's what I wanted done. Draw it for about a year. Now he wasn't caught up with him and them big wheels. He didn't hurt me a bit. He ought not done it anyway, for that matter.
So, do you have any reflections on your Army career?
Huh?
What are your reflections on your service in World War II? Being wounded and the mountain service?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I didn't.
You enjoy doing the mountain service?
No. No, I mean, no.
Didn't have much choice though, did you?
No.
Did you enjoy the skiing part of it? Did you like
Yeah,
the
we
skiing?
could do it on Sunday. You wouldn't have to carry that pack. You know, if you want to.
How long did you train in Colorado on the skis?
Well, let's see. Well, I went back and then again. We trained us again. I guess we must have stayed around in there a year and a half, I guess.
Do you have any questions? Well, do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No. Well, just one thing they said, and when I lost some people, wonder how I lived, but when I was 6 months old, my aunt, my cousin, still living, his first cousin, he's 6 months behind, and my aunt raised me up on the same breast. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She nursed both of us. Yeah.
Good.
See, I was only 6 months when Mom had to.
Yeah.
She never did get over it.
You were a fortunate baby. You had a good
Huh?
aunt. You were a fortunate baby. You had a good aunt.
Yeah.
Well, sir, we want to thank you for the interview. Thank you.